Attention all personnel. It is Monday, which can mean only one thing. It's a time for another Meditation Monday. I hope this recording finds you well. As ever, this recording will contain some hypnotic language patterns, and it is designed to relax you deeply. So please make sure that you're not driving, you're not doing anything that requires your full attention, and you don't need to concentrate on anything other than relaxing deeply right now. With that out the way, I invite you to find a comfortable position, either seated or laying down, or sat cross-legged on a meditation cushion in the lotus position. It's entirely up to you. The most important thing is you can relax. Okay, whenever you're ready, take a deep breath. All the way in and all the way out. And just allow yourself to settle down, knowing that this time is just for you to relax and unwind and prepare yourself mentally and physically for the week to come or the weekend that's been. It really doesn't matter if you're listening to this on a Monday, it's just when it's recorded. Allow your eyes to close and go inside. I want you to take a minute just to take a few breaths in and out now. Not trying to do anything with the breath, just noticing the rhythm, noticing the pattern, noticing how the air flows in and how the air flows out again, quite naturally, all by itself. That's right. There's nothing to do here. Simply allowing yourself to inhale and exhale, and otherwise just be free to relax. I wonder if you can imagine, visualize or sense yourself on a warm tropical beach. Just get a sense of that sand between your toes, and the palm trees off in the distance waving in the warm tropical breeze, the lush greenery of that dense forest behind you, the contrast to the beautiful white sand that's warm beneath your feet, the water, that beautiful, stunning tropical blue, almost turquoise, the waves lapping at the shore, the most ideal, relaxing place to take a moment to walk. As you walk along the beach, leaving the footprints behind you, perhaps wandering into the surf and feeling that bath water temperature sea lapping at your feet, feeling that tropical breeze and the sun on your skin, feeling all that vitamin D soaking into you, and of course that vitamin C lapping around your ankles and your feet, each footstep behind you slowly eroding within 2 or 3 waves to leave no trace behind you as your footsteps fade. So do your worries and your concerns as you make your way further along the beach, relaxing, unwinding and breathing, walking past a little beach bar, some old fishing boats, an old guy selling some coconut juice, fresh from the coconut, tropical fruits and pineapples, all sorts of wonderful, healthy options along this beach as you continue to stroll. Not a care in the world. Eventually you come to a boat that has some dive equipment on it, some aqualungs and some flippers and some masks. Where you are, it's far too warm to require a wetsuit. As you climb aboard this boat, give a nod to the captain. He casts off and starts the engine, and you start cutting out to sea, breaking through a few waves, bit of bouncing here and there, until you're out into the open sea, the engine purring along, you and a few other people on board this boat, under the beautiful tropical sun, looking back and watching the beautiful tropical island receding, getting further and further away now, the horizon stretching out either side of it, until you can just see the lush green hilltops and the palm trees poking their heads above the horizon. As you continue to head out to sea now, that sea spray splashing off the bow of the boat, cooling your skin, refreshing you. The rev of the engine, the lap of the waves. You look over the edge of the boat and it's so beautiful. You hang your fingers over the side of the boat and let them skim along the surface of the water, just breaking the surface. Turning your hand over in the wake of the boat, until eventually the captain, the skipper, he turns that engine off, pulls the propeller up and drops the sea anchor into the water, allowing the boat to drift to a stop, lapping and rolling, bobbing about in the beautiful, calm, tropical sea. You look over the edge of the water and it's so beautifully clear. You're above a reef. You can already see the turtles moving around. Some dolphins swimming not too far away, breaking the surface. They're in a playful mood. As you begin to don your diving equipment, You put your BCD on, your buoyancy control device, the waistcoat that will help you maintain and adjust your buoyancy when you're under the water. You do the final checks with your aqualung, make sure everything is working perfectly, and of course you have enough air for this amazing journey you're about to undertake. You get the aqualung on, put your weight belt around your waist, inflate your BCD, put your flippers on and get your mask. You spit in your mask or perhaps rub some toothpaste in it to stop it misting up. Brush your hair back and pull the mask onto your face, ensuring a tight fit. You bring the regulator up to your mouth. And take a few deep breaths through the regulator, just to make sure it's all in working order. Satisfied and happy with your equipment, you do a buddy check, get yourself checked, and sit up on the edge of the boat. 3, 2, 1. You lean backwards, allowing the weight of the aqualung to pull you back into the ocean. You hit the ocean holding your mask and your regulator in place firmly with a splash. The turbulence and bubbles rippling around your ear, that feeling of entering the water, pure bliss on such a hot day. Your buoyancy control device brings you bobbing to the surface. You look across to the skipper of the boat, the dive master, and give him the OK sign. You check with all your companions that all is well. And with a familiar hiss, you begin to let the air out of your buoyancy control device and allow the weights to pull you down. Your shoulders submerge under the water, your neck, your mouth and your nose under the water now. That magical moment that you watch that waterline rise up your mask and past your eyes until the top of your head is fully submerged, and you begin your descent into the warm, luscious, beautiful, tropical water. That familiar weightless feeling takes hold of your own body. You're drifting now, sinking deeper and deeper, more and more weightless, more and more comfortable. 3 meters, 4 meters. You squeeze your nose and push out, equalizing the pressure in your ears. Sinking a bit deeper now. 7 meters, 10 meters. Clearing your ears again, clearing the pressure, equalizing as you descend all the way down into the most beautiful aquamarine scene you have ever seen. In this part of the world, you're dropping into an aquarium. The most beautiful, colourful coral reefs laid out in front of you. You're no longer thinking in 2 dimensions, you're thinking in 3 dimensions now. You can move left, right, forward, back, up and down at will. Beautiful, colourful clownfish darting in and out of the beautiful corals. The purples, greens, yellows, oranges, reds and blues. Beautiful seaweeds rippling and flowing with the underwater currents. You drift down to the perfect depth and take it all in. When you look at the reef, you notice the pure, intricate beauty of everything happening around you. The whole ecosystem alive and thriving. The big fish, the little fish, the colourful sea slugs and sea snails, seahorses undulating their way around, little curious fish poking their heads out from the corals and then darting back in, the kelp drifting and floating, waving in the water. So very beautiful as you allow yourself to be carried by the current. No effort required. Your buoyancy control device set perfectly. So perfectly that to raise a few meters all you have to do is inhale. And to descend a few meters, all you have to do is exhale. Perfectly weighted and balanced. Perfectly weightless. The pressure of the water like a warm blanket surrounding you. The slightest kick of your feet enables you to fly like Superman over this reef. You begin to play, turning yourself over and over in a barrel roll, flipping yourself onto your back and looking up at the sun as it hits the surface of the water. Mesmerized and amazed as the bubbles leave your regulator and drift to the surface in a procession from small to large. Some curious turtles high above you are checking out your bubbles, playing in them. You turn around and focus again on the beautiful colours of the coral reef. The interesting fish, the stonefish, the lionfish. All the beautiful, beautiful fish of the tropics. Angelfish, eels, clownfish. Just like being inside the most amazing aquarium you've ever been in. And as you drift and float to the edge of the reef, you're able to stare out into the deep, dark blue of the ocean, beyond the reef, beyond the continental shelf. Looking down, it's as if you can see into the forever. And looking out, you swear you can see those big, shapes moving off in the distance. Mesmerized by the beauty of the deep, where those big fish dwell. You turn yourself around and focus back on the beauty of the coral reef as you swim high above those community of fishes and sea creatures and crabs and lobsters, tube fish, all the shimmering in the beautiful, beautiful tropical waters. Again, you find time to play, time to turn yourself over in the water and watch the bubbles, time to feel weightless. Each breath relaxing you deeper and deeper. You're warm and comfortable, gliding perfectly through the tropical water, feeling good, noticing the healing benefits of such a break in a wonderful tropical place. Zigging and zagging, you dive down and swim through a coral arch. You glide through it like an angel or a superhero, sliding through the arch, turning your body over so that you can look up at the coral that's now above you. Popping out the other side, the sunlight again piercing through that ocean surface. You see an eel in his hole. All the wonderful sea creatures living in beautiful harmony. A little reef shark prowling around. All the beauty of nature held in this wonderful, otherworldly environment. You continue to explore this wonderful aqua world with only the bubbles and your breath as the soundtrack. All too soon you check your air gauge. You notice that it's time to return to the surface. You look up and you can see the underside of your boat and the sea anchor, the dive line. You take a few lazy, easy kicks towards it before beginning to add some air to your buoyancy control device, your BCD. Taking another deep breath, you begin to rise. Not too quickly. You're in no particular hurry to get to the surface as your buoyancy increases, adding to it that weightless feeling as you drift and float up and up, rising through the beautiful tropical waters. A shoal of beautiful fish swim past you, You're surrounded above and below, to the left, to the right, in front and behind, encapsulated by the most beautiful tropical fish you've ever seen, as they zip around you, fascinated by your bubbles, before swimming on their way. You continue to rise, looking down and watching the coral head, the coral reef recede, disappear back into the depths, as you come all the way back up to the surface now, hanging out at 5 meters below the surface, 4 meters below the surface, just for a few minutes to allow your body to recompress, allowing decompression to take place as you rise up all the way, taking hold of the guideline, and with an inhale you breach the surface again, your head coming above the water to a cacophony of noise of seabirds and waves. Again you're on the surface of the ocean, kicking and splashing, pulling yourself towards the boat now, taking your mask off and throwing it on board the boat as you pull yourself out, sitting on the edge, taking your fins off and passing them to the dive master as you pull yourself all the way over the side of the boat and land with a thud, a little less gracefully than you entered the water and explored the marine land. You get yourself comfortable on the boat, as do all your dive buddies. And the skipper counts you to make sure you're all there, starts the engine and begins to take you back to your tropical paradise. You exchange stories with your other dive companions. Did you see that shark? Wow, what about that turtle? The buzz is real, vibrant, everybody happy. The obligatory cool box is passed around. You take your selection of ice cold drink of your choice, cracking it open and taking that swig of beer or Coca-Cola or water or Sprite or whatever your beverage of choice. The boat begins to accelerate and take you back to the tropical paradise where you started. A wonderful day, a wonderful adventure, a rejuvenating time spent below the ocean. As you sit in the boat, cold drink in hand, eyes closed with the sea breeze on your face, drying you off as you accelerate back towards that tropical island, held in your mind's eye, knowing you can visit this place anytime you like. As you imagine closing your eyes on that boat and drifting off into a peaceful, deep sleep, you can take a few deep breaths now. And allow yourself to drift off to sleep, or come all the way back up to the here and now to get on with your day feeling revitalized, invigorated and ready for whatever's next. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.